want to get back to family stuff.
Okay.
So, your wife's with you in Fort Knox?
Yes.
Was she with you in Fort Bragg?
Yes.
She was with you where else? In Japan?
Fort Raleigh.
Fort Raleigh?
Yes.
Did she ever go overseas with you? You ever take the family overseas?
Yeah, she went to Bamberg, Germany on one tour, and went to Baumholder, Germany on the second tour.
Did you have any of the kids with you in Germany?
Yes, I had Brenda. I wish you'd have met her. She's down here now, but she was in Germany with me, and Ray Jr. was ready to be hatched. She was about 9 months pregnant, and we flew back here so he could be born in the States.
Okay.
Brenda was born at Fort Raleigh, and Ray Jr. was born in Richmond, Virginia.
Okay.
Because I had got orders. I think I was doing the Berlin crisis. I went to Fort Gordon.
Okay.
Yeah, and then when she went to hospital, I got a call, and I drove from Fort Gordon back to Richmond, just straight through,
Yeah.
and got there before he was born.
Good. But she appreciated the hell out of that,
Yeah.
right?
I did.
So what was it like for her sitting back on base while you were out there
Well, I
gallivanting?
guess she was probably lonely, but she had her hands full with the kids. I'd say that Bobby probably get more of a reaction from her by asking her that.
Okay. All right, will do. I'm just trying, I'm setting Ray Jr. down. Me and him are going to sit down and talk at some point.
Yeah.
He's putting some stuff together, things he'd like to see stated and put out.
Right.
We've got the horse racing career, we've got the automobile career. You've got certain amount of connections politically. Seems majority Democrats.
Yes, majority.
And
Because Fletcher was the Republican governor of Kentucky, Ernie Fletcher,
yeah,
and me and him was pretty close. I liked him.
yeah. You remember when Fletcher's airplane almost landed in D.C.?
Yeah.
Did he have anything to say about that?
No, I think it was too. I think it was too embarrassing for him to say anything about it. You know, I knew about it and read the story, heard the news, but I never discussed it with him. You know.
You got anything about Wilkinson or
Who?
Wilkinson?
And Wallace started the Kentucky lottery. You know,
Right.
and and all that, the gambling, and that's what won him an election. You
Right.
know. Cardville was his advisor, and he's with with D.C. now. And but anyway, he started the lottery, and when we opened this service station up, Jeep stopped down in this convenience store. I asked him to come down and cut the ribbon, you know, and for our governor to come and cut the ribbon for a little convenience store to open, you know, small one. It's unheard of, but he came down, and at that time, it just okayed the lottery, just getting it set up, and you had to apply for a license to sell the tickets and you know, everything. And of course, we got all that. So when they found out he was coming down, he bought the first ticket down there, and we was the first outlet put online. In other words, we sold the first ticket.
Right.
And I got a picture of that.
I'm pretty confident that I'm going to title this book Lucky,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of luck involved in a lot of this stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I mean, from start to finish. Well, preparation makes your own luck, I'm sure.
Right.
You know, what about Bashir? What's he like?
Bashir's a good governor. He's done a lot of good things for Kentucky. He took over during the, if you want to call it a recession, and he, unemployment was high. Everything was high when he took over, and he's traveled, generated jobs, you know, and so forth, so on. And he's really done a lot of great things for Kentucky, as well as the health care, as you heard. One of the leading states. Also, he And on education, he's improved that quite a bit. And I'd say that he's a two-term governor, same as Governor Patton was.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say that he'll go down in history of doing a lot for Kentucky.
Big name, Jay.
When the history is written, I say he'll.
What about Patton? What's your views on that?
Patton was a great governor too, and he's from Eastern Kentucky, and he's in Louisville now, you know, and he really had Kentucky. He loved Kentucky, and Paul Patton was again did a great job. He got in a little trouble with some woman down there from Western Kentucky, but that happens, you know.
Yeah.
And but that distracted from some of the great things he did.
Right.
But he was a good governor, and when Kentucky was lucky to have him, very lucky to have Mercier. And I'll tell you now that in the Democratic field, the people that you have that will one time in the future be the governor of Kentucky is Allison Grimes, who's the Secretary of State now. She will one day be the governor of Kentucky. And Adam Eden, who is from Meade County, from Flaherty, he's the state audit now. I'd say he's rerunning for state audit. He'll win. Grimes will win Secretary of State. And those two will become the governor in the future.
Right.
When, I don't know, but they will. The race we have coming up now of Conway, Conway did a good job as Attorney General. He's running as a Democrat for governor this time, and you got at least four, if not more. Heiner is running. You got Scott, who's a retired Chief Justice, running the Republican side. You got the Kuma running, and you have Bevin running again. So you got four people running the Republican, and you have a primary in May, you know. And March is here, so you got April, May. You got about 2 months, around 2 months, when they'll have the primary in May, and one of those 4 or 5 will win. But meanwhile, they'll campaign against one another.
Yeah.
See, until then, and one of them will win. Conway, he's got one opponent that's unheard of. I've never heard of him before. So Conway will win the Democratic nomination in May.
Do you think the Democrats will take it? Do you think the Republicans will take it?
I say right now that, you know, I hate to say this, especially on film, but I think the Republicans got the uphill. I think they had a big shot of winning.
Okay.
I don't like to see that because it's a lot of things, Bobby. I'm not. Because you belong to the Republican Party, the Democratic Party. It makes no difference. Like I told you earlier, everybody's the same.
Right.
So because you go to a Catholic church or Protestant church, it makes no difference.
Right.
What makes a difference is yourself. Okay.
Content of character.
Right. And Conway is a good guy. Did a good job as Attorney General, but for some reason or another, some of the things he says just don't fit the way that people in Kentucky thinks at the time. For a good example, is that 3 states that's legalized marijuana, and it doesn't matter to me, you know, either way, it doesn't matter to me, because I don't smoke it, nor intend to. But the fact is that 3 states has got it legalized now, okay? So it's moving, okay? So someone introduced a bill in Kentucky. We got a session going on now, a short session, to legalize marijuana for medical purposes, like a prescription,
Right.
like any drugs you get, you know, painkiller, anything you get now. And between me and what I know about it, I think it should be, because a lot of kids got athletic fits and stuff like that anymore, and they pass out and hurt themselves. Marijuana has been proven to help that.
Right.
See, so I could see why. I don't know the reason why a doctor couldn't give them a prescription for a person to get marijuana if it helped. Okay. Now the thing is that you know, some people say, well, they misuse it. Well, they misuse anything.
Right.
Any kind of painkiller.
Whether there's a law on it or not.
Yeah, they miss. So why pick on this marijuana alone? You know, when you got many other drugs that they do anyway. The thing is try to clean it up so they don't do it.
Right.
But even if they're not misusing prescription drugs, it's tons of drugs brought into Kentucky as well as other states every day.
Right.
Tons of it. You ain't gonna stop it.
Right.
And the only way you're gonna stop it is making penalties so great for selling it that it's the same as like you take drugs now, people ODing, okay, killing themselves taking too much. The person that sold it, I'm not sure, should be tried for murder.
As a capital offense.
Sure, it's capital offense.
Right.
And so if you do that, you'll clean it up somewhat, because the person will think, you know, before they start selling it, hell, they could end up somebody overdose, and end up serving life or go to electric jail.
Yeah. Politically speaking, though, you see yourself as somewhat of an independent, maybe? Do you look at content or character, right?
Say what?
When you look at someone politically as a possible running,
Yeah.
you look at content or character, that's your...
I sure do, yeah. I look at it and the best you can, you know. But
Well, there's a lot
what
of
I've learned, Bobby, is not playing both sides against one another. What I've learned, whoever wins, you respect the office and the person. Okay, that's it. If you win, you know, if a Republican wins because you're a Democrat and you may have voted for a Democrat, it's no reason to disrespect his position or even the person unless they give you a reason to do it.
Right.
You follow me? And that's the problem you have. I don't know what you think of Obama, but he's president of the United States, so therefore he's due respect his office. You have to respect the president of the United States office.
Right.
You got to do that. So the problem you have now is you got, and it's wrong by doing that, but you got Boehner, who's the Speaker of the House. Then you got Mitch McConnell, who's from Kentucky, and I've got letters from Mitch hanging all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And I know him real well. I've known him for years. But he's pushing it too far, you know, with Obama. And the statement he made was, I'm going to make sure that my primary job now is to make sure that he's not a two-term president. That's not, he made that statement on TV.
I remember that.
Well, that's wrong with a leader. If someone as smart as McConnell was, I don't know who he is now, but he was. I know him. Why would he make that statement? That was not his primary job.
Right.
His primary job was look out for the people that he represented from Kentucky,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure that everybody got a fair shake regardless of where they were from.
Right.
Not to spend his time and effort campaigning against Obama
Just
because
to
he
be
didn't like him.
counterproductive, right.
And I can't really say that race was involved in it, but sometimes it makes you wonder, because the fact is that the things that Obama's done, I don't see where he did anything. The wars were started by Bush, okay? And he's ended both wars right now. We might get into it again, but they've been ended. And this PW camp down in Cuba needs to go. You got people in there that's been there for 8, 10, 12 years. They have never had a trial and so forth and so on. And I don't know what you do with the people.
Yeah.